Welcome to SportNation after, well, what a weekend of football in the Premiership. It was spectacular. And I've got Will and Ollie with us. We're going to start with the Arsenal game. Leicester, what a start. 4-3, 7 goals. Arsenal, we wondered, with the players missing, how would they gel? How would they play? Leicester, are they going to be a force this year? Are they going to make the numbers up? Yeah. What a game we got, guys.
Leicester looked really good, didn't they? They actually did. I was shocked. Arsenal, same old problems with defending, but obviously still scoring loads of goals as well. Got the 3 points. But I thought Jamie Vardy looked really good.
Second goal, belter. Yeah. What a ball from O'Brien.
Yeah.
And he didn't panic, he didn't come near post, he just biding his time and poof, clinical. Yeah. Great goal.
Great start. Couldn't ask for much more from a game, could you really?
No, it was a gem.
No. And Giroud's header as well.
Giroud's very important. We thought maybe he would go. But Wenger, I think he's just said to Arsene Wenger, no, I'll fight my way back into the side.
Yeah.
But as you say, the natives were getting a little bit restless and what's going to happen here, but it's a great start for the Arsenal. Definitely. Yeah. Second game up, Watford-Liverpool. Again, an absolute gem. A lot of people talking about Klopp. 100th game in charge, he's won 50. Is it enough? Are they progressing, or are they still vulnerable at the back? The answer after day one, yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at last season, they were the third most highest team to concede from set pieces. So they conceded 27 goals.
Zonal marking.
And it's the same. Like, if you looked at that game, how many of those were set pieces and vulnerable?
It's because no one looks like they want to head the ball at all. None of the defenders want to just put their head in front of it. That's why they need Van Dijk so much.
Absolutely. Like you say, we're back to Van Dijk, aren't we? But we'll come to United later. United are a big side now. Jose, set pieces, very important. So Liverpool going forward, magnificent. We still don't know what's going to happen to Coutinho. I think if he goes, then Van Dijk could be the softening blow. Yeah. But I think he will really benefit Liverpool.
Did you see I think it was the official club shot, they were taking his picture off the window. So
it has to be done. Yeah.
But I think it was done a few weeks ago, guys. I think his agent had already spoken to Barca, and I think it was a case of, if we put enough money on the table, will Liverpool accept? But they probably said to Coutinho, what do you want to do? Yeah. And he said, my heart says Barcelona. Yeah. And when they do that, I think they're doing the right thing, whereas Southampton probably aren't doing the right thing. I'm not all for player power, but I think Saints are trying to say get lost, but eventually they'll have to give in, and we'll come to that with Costa in a moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? But Liverpool, so a lot of people are now saying Klopp. Joey Barton called him a German cheerleader on the touchline. Do you know what I mean?
Did he?
A German, he says, has he brought Liverpool further forward? No, he hasn't. Well, I don't know. I'm still giving him a chance.
Yeah. I mean,
I like Klopp. I like him a lot, and I think Liverpool did look dangerous. Even though they do concede, if they can sort out that problem at the back, they score the most goals in the league, really, apart from maybe Tottenham last season. So,
and you got Mane linking up.
Yeah, Mane looked really good. Firmino looked really good.
Salah.
Salah, new signing, looked really good. So I think that's harsh on Klopp.
So Liverpool, was that 2 points dropped for Liverpool?
Yeah, definitely.
But Watford did actually play really well.
Mate, that Lukaku up front, he's strong, isn't he?
Solid. It is 2 points dropped, but Watford did look good.
Yeah, they played well.
So talking about unhappy players, Diego Costa, he's come out again. Someone tracked him down to his home in Brazil, a journalist, and he said that he has no charisma. My manager at Chelsea, how they treated me with the text, you're not wanted. He says, I'm quite prepared to sit in Brazil for 1 year.
Yeah,
and then I'll move on.
I'm happy not to sacrifice my wages for a whole year. Yeah. Was he getting fined each week?
It'll be 2 week fine, I think, to the max.
Fine me all year.
From a Costa point of view, it's no good for him.
No.
From a Chelsea point of view, we spoke at length about, we keep hearing there's problems in the dressing room. When you see the United game, you say, why the heck did they sell Matic? So Matic is gone. Costa. We still don't know what's going to happen to Hazard. Now that was look, I'm so pleased for Burnley, and I think a certain person had a little bet on Burnley, didn't he? Amazing result for Burnley, and you just have to say to yourself, wow, come the end of the season, that 3 points at Stamford Bridge. It's only game one, but that imagine the confidence that's given Burnley away from home. Now last year they were terrible away
Didn't they
from
win
home.
2 games
No,
last year?
one.
One
So they've
game
already
away
won
from home.
as much as
So
last
how
year
have you
away.
bet on that?
Because
That's
last
ridiculous.
minute, bit of money in my account, 12-1, get in there.
Value for money.
You got to, haven't you?
But Chelsea, I'm worried about Chelsea now. You know, if they lose Hazard as well.
I think that will depend on whether Coutinho goes. I think if Coutinho goes, Hazard's probably less likely to go.
Yeah.
But if Coutinho doesn't end up going, then they could still easily get Hazard.
Morata looked sharp though when he came on.
Yeah.
I mean that goal was class.
I'm trying to work out what's gone wrong in that dressing room, because last year the manager, you could see he insisted more, work. You know, press, and maybe he's just pushed it a bit too much in pre-season. But I know that there's players who are not happy.
I think it's just there's been so much change from that squad that was there last year.
Yeah.
Like you said, Costa's gone, Matic has gone, John Terry, big presence in the change room, gone. Oscar, Ivanovic, both left halfway through last season. There's loads of other squad players who have left as well.
Yeah.
It's a big change.
One thing we must touch on, and I've been talking about all morning, Cahill. I spoke to Cahill last week. He's trying to do the right thing, but bringing the ball out. And, you know, we've all played a little bit, and when I was at Ipswich, Bobby Robson would always say, listen, centre-halves, don't let the full-backs have the ball from the goalkeeper, let the centre-halves have it, because they're liable to take a chance and give it away. So Gary Cahill's trying his hardest to be a ball-playing centre-back. He just clearly overruns it a little bit, loses the ball, and then lunges in. I don't think it was a red card. I think the referee could have said, everyone's hyper, it's the first game.
Yeah.
If you look at it closely, his left knee goes to ground and his right leg goes in and he tries to open his foot up. I think first game, how early that was, yellow card with a massive warning.
His studs were up though, and he lunged.
But
it
wasn't really malicious though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It was like it could have been like.
Yeah, but I don't know about that. It wasn't like he went through him like studs up into the ankles. It was like his studs were up, but then they came down and they didn't really get him. Yeah, so I agree. I think should have been a yellow.
All right, just we'll come to it. Harry Kane's challenge in the Newcastle game, Spurs.
Yeah.
See, was that as bad or worse?
I think that was a great tackle. He got the ball, clearly got the ball, but then the problem was he swung his other leg round and chopped him. But I think that's a good tackle. You ruin the game if you start sending everyone off. Like that.
So Burnley, unbelievable. You saw what it meant to Sean Dyche at the end. He was like,
yeah.
Chelsea have got to pick themselves up. They have to go to Wembley, Spurs. So we'll come to that later.
Missing key players as well.
Oh,
Cahill and Fabregas out now.
One of the teams we mentioned last week, guys, and we weren't sure how it was going to go, was Frank de Boer at Palace. Who could have saw that 3-0 down?
Great result.
I just couldn't believe it.
Great result.
Apparently they were terrible. From everyone in the ground, spoke to a few Palace fans, they were like, what De Boer is trying to do is get them to play out from the back. Yeah. And what they're used to, like what Sam Allardyce is all about, is whack it out there, off Benteke.
It's going to take time though, isn't it?
So
can't expect that straight away.
Yeah, I mean...
But the
Huddersfield, great.
Yeah,
great
all
them.
credit to them. That Mounier guy, class.
So it's amazing, although it's early days, but for Burnley and Huddersfield, you know, some people thought Burnley would be in the shake-up at the bottom. Huddersfield, you think, whoa. And of course, Brighton went down, we'll come to that. But again, it's the confidence it gives a team like Huddersfield now. And Wagner, they've got trust in Wagner. Yeah. The coach, you know, and this victory just says, told you, listen to me. So maybe they're going to put up a great show. Everton Stoke, delighted for Rooney. Rooney's got his knockers. But I talked to a few Scousers, blue side of Liverpool, and they're saying, we're still not playing well. We're still not gelling.
I think it's kind of like their pre-season, isn't it, really? Like they were getting a couple of wins, but performances weren't there. They haven't quite gelled yet. So it'd be interesting to see how, when they play a slightly better team than Stoke, how they get on.
Mark Hughes still one of the favourites to be sacked, first manager, along with Conte from Chelsea.
What?
Ooh. Joint favourites.
Wow.
That's a good shout, you know.
Joint favourites.
Well, if they have a bomb of a season.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
So Everton get their win, but not polished. On to Brighton Man City. Pep is oozing about my players going forward are sensational. So I think you're going to have to score 2 or 3 to beat City. I really do, because you look at the players they have from midfield onwards, just sensational. Aguero, I've had a bet today, 5-1 top scorer.
Do you think?
5-1, yeah.
Oh, I'd fancy Lukaku now.
No, I've gone for Aguero.
Is Lukaku favourite now?
Yeah, he is.
Must be,
Yeah.
But saying that though, Brighton held Man City off for about an hour.
Yeah.
It was 0-0.
Yeah.
So
they just fell asleep a few little moments, and that was it. They got punished, and you can't do that in the Premier League.
Are we still saying City, Man United?
I fancy Man United. I fancy.
But between the United,
it's between the two.
Yeah, definitely.
So on to one of the big talking points of the weekend. Crikey, I know people have red miss, but what was Shelvey thinking about? He's captain.
No idea.
Newcastle back in the big time, St James's Park. Spurs with a rich talent. Okay, at the moment the squad's not as deep as it should be, but Spurs the hot favourites. Newcastle holding them. And then he just throws a wobbler. It's almost like, sorry guys, I don't fancy this, I'm off.
Yeah.
The referee's no option. He's 3-4 yards away, and he just stamps on them. There was no way out of that.
Yeah.
And if I was Benitez, I'd take the captaincy off him now.
Yeah. Rush of blood to the head.
It was good.
I don't know what he's
It was
up
good to see though Dele Alli actually not react that badly, because the old Dele Alli.
He'd have jumped up.
True.
And he got sent off as well.
True.
So he's learning and he's maturing as a player, which is quite nice.
No goals for Harry, hits the post in the last minute.
Unlucky that was.
Yeah.
They still look good though, didn't they? Tottenham going forward. I thought Eriksen looked unbelievable.
Well, he's
such
delivering.
a good player, isn't he?
He's good.
I saw, isn't he the most assisting player over the last 2 seasons? He's got the most.
Yeah, he's delivery. He's
Class.
Really
So
is.
One for fantasy.
So Newcastle again, Rafa. I'm sure he'll say to Mr. Ashley, "Come on, you have to help me. You have to help me." And maybe just 2-3 new faces gives them a chance of staying up. Maybe, I don't know, 6-7 from bottom. That would do them first year. United West Ham. We expected a rout, didn't we? We expected a rout. I wondered how West Ham's new forward line would work. Arnautovic, we know he's a good player. The little fella, the little P, can get a goal. But United, there's something about Manchester United now, apart from the Real Madrid game. They're pressing, they're playing with tempo. Rashford down the left's electric. Pogba now's got the arrogance back, and that tells you his game's coming.
He was very good, wasn't he?
And of course,
that ball over the top.
Yeah, he was class.
And Matic. Matic is now saying, don't worry about it, just leave me to sort this out in front of the back four.
Exactly. And that lets Pogba just go and do what he wants, isn't it? Because Pogba was doing that job last season. Yeah. But you can tell the difference between Chelsea in terms of team spirit and Man United. Man U are gelled straight away. They've got all the Snapchats going. They've got all the dances with Lukaku and Bay and Pogba involved already. They look like the team that's going to win the league.
But I tell you what, if you looked at Mourinho's press conference before the game, you knew there's confidence going through the team.
Really?
He was relaxed. He was smiling. He was making
the suit
jokes.
on as well.
Yeah, but if you compare that
Smart
to Mourinho,
one as well.
Mourinho last
very
year,
dapper.
with the press, he was miserable. He didn't want to talk, and I think you can tell there's something going on at United. They look like a glimpse of the old United for the first time in a while.
But it's such a good squad. I think the midfield they had was Matic, Pogba, Rashford looked amazing.
Finishing's not quite there yet, though. He's finishing.
Did you see the clipper of Rashford in the close season? He was doing this extra training.
Yeah.
He was really working on his quick feet.
Really?
And I really admire him for that.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's done that. Cristiano, he's done all that. And I thought, so good on you, son. He's not resting on his laurels. He wants to play every week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, him and Lukaku were just linking up so well. I think Rashford's going to assist a lot of goals for Lukaku this year. And Lukaku himself just looked like a beast.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
But his second goal, the header.
Yeah.
You've got to be in front and behind.
You see what Gary Neville said about?
Well, there was a bit of joking going on, wasn't there? But you cannot. The delivery is going to be good. So you can't allow someone with that power and pace to have almost a free header.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
He was just standing behind him,
having a laugh.
See.
So we're early in the season so far. I'm going to talk a little bit of European football now. Liverpool, Hoffenheim, German opposition, Anfield should be okay. But this is where the games come thick and fast. Europa League, Tottenham have had it before when Genk knocked them out, and they do come, and that's when you need a squad. You need a bit of luck with injuries early on as well. And I just wonder, with Manchester United winning it last year, Liverpool have got to target this to win it.
Not an easy first game Hoffenheim did pretty well last season, and they've got that young manager, haven't they, who's going to be like the next big thing.
Yeah, so I'm top of Champions League now because Celtic are in there as well. You know but with Spurs getting knocked out, United winning at United Champions League, there's no point getting this far. Celtic have had 2 games, I suppose, and they play on Wednesday night. Where Liverpool, Klopp, I think he just needs a little bit of a winning run coming here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe with a couple of clean sheets just to
Steady
give
the
it
ship.
I really do. So I think this, even though it's early doors, it's very important financially, by the way, but I'd love to see Liverpool win 2 or 3-0, no goals.
Yeah.
I think they're still going to struggle with set pieces again. Like that's their biggest weakness, and Hoffenheim will know that.
Yeah.
They would have done their research, so you know, hopefully they can put in a few, but I reckon they'll concede as well.
Yeah, I'm just thinking as well. Arsene Wenger, Arsenal, great result. Are they going to target Europe as a way? Because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, they'll make top 4." I'm not sure they will make top 4, to be honest. I think it's wide open this year.
Yeah. Who would be your top 4?
I think 2 Manchester clubs.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like to say
definitely.
which way.
Yeah.
I thought Chelsea, but I'm really worried about Chelsea.
That's what you said, isn't it?
I literally think Chelsea are going to finish about 8th.
Yeah, well, if there is a problem in the dressing room,
Yeah.
he might walk, by the way.
Yeah.
He may walk Conte because he's done it before, and if he doesn't get what he wishes, he might say to...
Fiery, isn't it? Yeah.
But I don't understand why they haven't backed him.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. 1 year he wins the Premier, I'd be throwing money at him.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do it again.
Definitely.
And the Champions League. So
Yeah.
there's something wrong, something not right.
I think Spurs have got a good chance of finishing top 4.
As long as they adjust to this new stadium. We'll see, won't we, next game?
Yeah,
that's
Chelsea.
that's a big test.
Yeah. So if we put we put Spurs in there, 2 Manchester Club Spurs, who else? Is it Liverpool or is it Arsenal? If we're saying Chelsea are going to implode.
It depends.
Think Liverpool. My shout
If
would
they
be
get
Liverpool.
Van Dijk and they settle the back,
Yeah.
then yeah. If they don't settle that back,
Yeah, agreed.
I think Arsenal.
Yeah.
Let's move on to a wee bit of athletics. Big attendances at
One more thing
sorry.
to note might be Ronaldo in the El Clasico last night.
I did see it, yeah.
Seeing as we're on the Europe.
Yeah, I saw
the
that.
Europe
Again, the referee, just to explain, it was the Nou Camp, or the Camp Nou, Barcelona. It was the Super Cup, the Spanish Super Cup. Barcelona won, Real Madrid 3.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, Cristiano was on the bench, came off the bench to score a screamer. And off came the top. Now, this is the Nou Camp. And you're thinking, what are you doing, Dippy? And the referee has to book him, doesn't he?
It has to, yeah.
Has to book him. But then, to be fair to him, he goes through, looks as if he's going to score, defender and him come together. He goes over, gets a second yellow.
Thought it was harsh.
Madrid went on to win 3-1, but I thought, whoa, referee.
That could have changed the game easily. If Barcelona wouldn't have got an equaliser after that, everyone would have gone mental, because that wasn't a red.
No.
Especially if he's on a yellow and it's like a dubious decision like
Yeah.
that. Don't give him another yellow.
You see Isco again, he's
He's so good, isn't he?
I remember a Spanish friend of mine a few years ago said, one of the Premiership boys, he's not getting a game for Real Madrid. He said, get a hold of him, this kid is brilliant.
Yeah.
I think, am I right in saying he might
Awesome.
be a
Awesome.
Malaga kid?
Yeah.
He might be a kid from Malaga. And he said, you've got to get this guy.
Yeah.
You know, and
We went to watch a game, didn't we?
Yeah.
Man City versus
Champions League.
Yeah. And he literally bossed the whole game for the whole game as well, didn't he? Just
so Real Madrid look again the team to beat in Europe. Although here's another little rumour, but it's not because there's talk of it already. Mbappe at the moment, a friend of mine's on holiday and he's on holiday as well. And one of his friends got chatting to him. He says, lovely kid, he's only 18. He says, no, I'm going to Paris.
Really?
So he thinks he's going to Paris.
Right.
I'm astonished.
Right.
That
I'm
team's going to be
astonished.
unbelievable.
That's ridiculous.
You know, surely 18, he's not that worried about money. I'd have thought, go to Barca, Real Madrid,
Yeah.
play for a bigger club than Paris Saint-Germain, with the greatest respect.
It's probably his agents and the money telling him to do what is best for him.
But isn't that sad?
Do you think?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 100%.
I think he'd be brilliant in that white shirt at Madrid.
Oh, yeah, it'd be class.
Right, athletics. Bolt, he's here on Wednesday, he's got this, I think there's a Manchester United Legends game, and he was meant to play in it. Clearly he's not going to play in it now.
That's a shame.
But were you disappointed how it ended or not? Because he was a superstar.
Yeah, I think he's given everything he's got and now he's just checked out.
Yeah, it is a shame. I think his quote in the press conference was, Muhammad Ali lost his last fight ever, and like he still doesn't change what he did for the sport. So it would have been nice to see him win it one last time, but it doesn't really matter.
I don't think his heart's in it. Like,
were you glued to it? If I'm being honest, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think there's too much football going on.
Yeah. I was glued to the 4x100 only
great.
because Great Britain looked unbelievable.
Yeah.
And there was a chance that they were going to win it. It was a great race. It would have been good if Bolt was a bit closer to him at the end.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's still a legend, isn't he? And we won it.
Third fastest ever, wasn't
Third fastest ever, yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Now, Mo Farah, here's a good one. Mo has a press conference. I think it was the invited press only, not all the press. It was the athletics press. And because he's going to get bombarded with his coach. And he really ripped into the UK press. You build people up, you knock them down, you're knocking me, but in my heart I know I'm clean.
Yeah.
It won't go away. It won't go away.
I really hope he is clean, because he's another one. He's just a great personality to have in the sport, isn't he? So I hope he is. You never know with athletics these days, though. With all the banned substances, you don't know what they're being told to take by their coaches. So
Cycling's the same, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
My worry is these World Championship, what comes out in a few months' time.
It can be years, can't it?
Do you know what I mean? And that stops me glued to it, to be honest. It really is.
It's a shame.
Just a little bit, guys, on the, I don't know if you watched the golf, the last major from America. No joy for Rory. The big story coming out now is Rory McIlroy may not play again till the Masters.
Really?
He's still got niggles with his rib and his shoulders hurting him, and he's just said, look, I really need to give my body a break now.
Yeah.
Which is a real blow, because I thought he was coming back to great form.
So did I. He was the favourite for that one, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
was up there
ridiculous
anyway.
for me. He had a real good last round. I think he shot 2 or 3 under. Maybe more than that, but it wasn't enough. But it's a blow, isn't it? The guy's got everything. Yeah. The FedEx Cup is coming up, which is worth millions and millions. Yeah. And he might say, no, I'll give that a miss. So that's a blow.
I think it was a bigger shame as well that Jordan Spieth didn't manage to get the 4, did he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Rory can still do it if he wins the Masters.
Oh, really?
Before him, yeah.
And he'd be the youngest. Okay, right.
So it's very, very interesting. But that was a blow, but so much sport. So we look forward to Liverpool, Hoffenheim, Celtic the following night. And then what you touched on earlier, Wembley, when Chelsea go to Spurs. There is no love lost between Chelsea and Spurs, we know that. And with this hoodoo over Tottenham at Wembley, Chelsea in disarray, it's really fireworks, I reckon, because Conte will steam into them. He must.
What's their squad list going to look like this time? With 2 more players out banned now, it's even shorter.
Well,
one sub.
I'm sure there's been camped outside Roman's door saying, you got to help me or we've no chance.
Definitely.
But it was a brilliant first weekend of the Premiership. There's loads more to come on SportsNation. Can't wait. Who's going to win it? Is it going to be the likes of Manchester City or Manchester United? Is it between the Northwest clubs? Can Liverpool come firing back? Arsenal got the first win. Tottenham got the win, but Chelsea's a big problem. More to come in a few days. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.